thank all of you for coming this morning and accompanying me throughout the 9 days of campaigning. It's been a very exciting 9 days. This is the last day of the campaign. Tomorrow is cooling off day, and then Saturday is the elections. I'm sure that with the hectic schedule we've had over the last 9 days, starting from 8 o'clock in the morning to 8 p.m. at night, 5-6 functions a day. I'm sure all of you must have found it as tiring as me, but it's been an exciting journey, and I'm glad to have this opportunity to go around Singapore, meeting with Singaporeans everywhere, different parts of Singapore, various sectors ranging from official bodies like chambers of commerce, young entrepreneurs, manufacturers association, to of course people like here in markets and hawker centers where I can talk to Singaporeans. The reason I'm doing this, as I said throughout my campaign, is because I believe the President has to address the concerns of Singaporeans. He has to know what Singaporeans are worried about, how we can help to address them within, of course, the parameters of the Constitution. The President is not an alternative center of power in Singapore. There's only one center of power, and that is the government. But the President can warn, can bring up issues in his regular meetings with the Prime Minister and the other ministers, and I think that is a good thing. Of course, we know the President also has very important roles, ceremonial roles, and particularly in these uncertain times, a custodial role of the President in protecting our reserves. This campaign is a little bit different from my previous campaign because I have no party to back me. I haven't sought the backing of anyone, of any party, so I've had the freedom to talk with Singaporeans right across Singapore and from all walks of life. There are many issues which have been brought out, personal issues, but one issue comes up more than ever, and that is with this crisis now, would it affect us? Even today, as I open the papers, I see that the credit standing of Japan has been downgraded now by Moody's. S&P downgraded the credit standing of the US last week. So, and Europe, as we know, is in crisis. So there are repercussions for this. I've talked a lot, even at my rally yesterday, about the importance of preserving jobs. And to me, that's very important because as I said, Singapore's unemployment rate is low, 2.1%, but for anyone who is unemployed, it's not 2.1%, it's 100%, because the worker loses his job. It's not only the worker who is affected, the whole family is affected. The worker cannot put food on the table, has difficulty in paying for his children's education, so it affects all families. And that is why keeping people employed through a crisis, if it hits us, I think that is crucial. And that is something which, with my experience and background, I believe I can work with the government, Prime Minister, Cabinet, make suggestions, give them my reading of the global economy, and this will possibly help them to make better decisions. Of course, the final decisions have to be made by the Prime Minister and the Cabinet. The President has no executive authority. He only has executive powers in 5 areas which have been specified in the Constitution: protecting the integrity of our public service, and particularly looking after our financial reserve, Singapore's rainy day savings. But there are many other issues which have been brought to me. And I think in this 9 days, and previously before that, gives me a sense of what worries Singaporeans and what concerns us. And I feel for all Singaporeans in all walks of life, not only the people who are in the government, but also in the opposition and ordinary people as well. I care for Singapore and Singaporeans. I share their hopes, their dreams. I empathize with their worries and their concerns. And I believe that if I'm elected president, I can help Singaporeans in their daily needs by working with the government, all political parties and civil society in order to encourage social harmony and more community bonding. I have a steady hand and I think a steady temperament. I know I have a deep knowledge of the complexities of the challenges which face Singapore. And now with my wife, we have been meeting a lot of Singaporeans. So we share the worries of ordinary Singaporeans. I think that's very important because everybody has problems. Some are personal. It's difficult to resolve this. Some we can help either through the government or through voluntary welfare organization. Not maybe in big things. So I said the pocket money fund I think is very good to help poor children who don't have money, give them a few dollars a day so they can buy some food at recess time. Also, at a meeting I had with social enterprises and voluntary welfare organizations, they come up with all sorts of ideas to help our society, look after children who are in need, look after people with disabilities. Some of them are very concerned about the environment. They want to protect our southern islands. Some want to inject more vibrancy into our society. Highlighting, maybe lighting up our housing estates. I think all of this is good because it makes for a more vibrant society. It makes for a more caring society. And in this aspect, a large variety of views has been given to me, which I think is good. So Singaporeans have many voices, and they are not afraid to speak out. They know what is right for them, and they will tell you as it is. So although we face important challenges going ahead, our fundamentals are strong. I think our best days are still ahead of us. I hope Singaporeans will give me their vote tomorrow or on Saturday. Of course, working together, I'm confident we can overcome the challenges that face us and come out in even better shape. So we can build a better tomorrow for Singapore and Singaporeans. Tomorrow we can all share in the joys, in the problems, but ultimately we can shape the future of Singapore, and we can face the future, and Singaporeans will then have confidence for the future.